pandemic has had a lingering impact on college enrollment levels in the U.S., according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The drop in college attendance over the past few years is the steepest in the country's history. The virus triggered the trend, but the persistence of high cost of living is also a factor. William Denslow has this from New York City.
Years of hard work wiped out because of COVID-19. 3 years ago, Tierra Woodford was a college sophomore with a job already lined up. The pandemic took those opportunities off the table and set her studies back by 2 years. Woodford now juggles her online studies, internships, entrepreneurial projects, while also working 3 days a week at this coffee shop in Harlem.
With how bad inflation is right now, I need to work more and I need to have way more flexibility to work as much as I need to keep up without sacrificing my college career.
The cost of a 4-year degree at a public university is estimated to be, on average, over $10,000 in-state, or more than $27,000 for out-of-state students. Over the past few years, more young people have been unwilling or unable to make that investment in their higher education. According to the non-profit National Student Clearinghouse, undergraduate college enrolments dropped 8% from 2019 to 2022. Some advocates for young adults are calling for colleges to adapt to better serve its students.
Colleges don't have what young adults need to get to their end goals. They're not accountable for economic mobility for their young adults. They're not providing work-based learning and internships and jobs. They're not providing career counseling. They're not giving credit for learning through work.
Some experts say community colleges have been most affected, with a roughly 15% enrolment decline over the past 3 years. These colleges play a key role in training people across a number of sectors, from IT to nursing. And for individuals, the decision not to go to college could have lasting impacts.
The people who go to community colleges, who earn degrees from community colleges, are much more likely to earn good wages, family supporting wages, than people with less than that level of education.
COVID-19 fueled many young people to rethink their career paths and get creative when it comes to their education. A nationwide drop in enrolments could serve as a valuable lesson for colleges and prompt some to do more homework on what young people want and need from these institutions. William Denslow, CGTN, New York.
For more on these mood swings on college enrollment, William Lee joins us, Chief Economist at the Milken Institute. And of course, it's always good to see you. I don't believe for 1 second that people don't want to go to college, but I can obviously empathize with the fact that there is a high cost structure of going to school these days, and maybe they don't get their money back. But even when I went to school, and when you went to school, 100 years ago, we asked the question, are we ever going to get our money back? But that wasn't why you went to school, right? We went to school because we wanted to meet people, we wanted to learn, we wanted to better ourselves, we wanted to put ourselves in a position where we could be successful in the future. And I'll let you take it from here, but it just seems to me that it's not the right argument.
Well, Phil, college has always been the ticket into the middle class. And you and I both thought that because we were minorities in the United States, we needed as much of an edge as possible, and college is going to give it to us, the best schools possible, the best grades possible, and you can get your ticket into the middle class. Our tickets got punched, but right now the kids are coming out and discovering that the ticket into the middle class is getting scarcer and scarcer because the entry-level jobs are being done away with by automation and by software and technology, where a lot of the clerkships that you had for accounting and other professions, legal professions, aren't there anymore. And so I think kids are finding it harder and harder to get that ticket into the middle class. And they're questioning, will colleges provide me that, or will something else provide it to me? Because right now, blue-collar workers are in such high demand.
You are the chief economist.
Don't want to go to college.
You are the chief economist for the Milken Institute. If I had an applicant and I said, I want to work for you. I want to work for you. I'm going to apply to be your intern or be your junior economist. Do I need a degree?
I'm going to be asking you, what have you done in my field? What can you really do to help me do my job? And if you say, well, I'm really a smart guy and I can do anything you tell me to do, that's not good enough anymore, because I need someone who's been working in this business for 3 to 5 years where I can say, I need this assignment done, and you know where to go. Training now is going to be scarcer and scarcer, and colleges are not providing the kids with the kind of work experience and training that I need. So I'm looking for someone who's got enough blood and guts and smarts to be able to find that experience and come to me with 3 to 5 years experience.
What about going to school and learning how to work in teams? What about learning how the basic things, whether it's math or English or social sciences, working together, working in groups, and going through what we went through when we were younger, and in some cases you could argue suffering, having the bad roommates, having the bad teachers, having the bad professors. I mean, these are all things that make who we are today, does it not? It's not just the work experience.
Absolutely. And you know where I'm finding people who are really good at working teams and being able to be partners together on a group project? The military. So the vets that are coming out now really have a sense of esprit de corps. We need to get the job done, and we need each other to get that job done. So unfortunately, the military has really become a training ground where private industry was that before. As I said, entry-level jobs where you learn to be a team player just aren't there anymore.
I just think we're running into very dangerous territory when we tell young kids that you don't need to go to college. It's not useful for you. Because I tell you what, if you and I won the lottery tomorrow and we were to give our money for someone to manage, and there's one person with a college degree and one without, I think there are real questions here that we're taking for granted the importance of that institution and earning that discipline. For whatever you do in your life, having that degree does mean something. I just don't buy it means nothing.
Phil, you and I are telling, both of us are telling our kids, you got to go to college, but the purpose of going to college is to learn how to think, learn how to be adaptable, learn how to digest ideas and synthesize them together in a way that no one has done before. Being creative with ideas is what college is all about. And people who are able to do that will be able to find great jobs. But you have to demonstrate how you're able to do that. And you have to have projects coming out of college that demonstrate to employers like me, you know how to do the work.
What's happening in the rest of the world? I mean, I know this is the trend here. Do we see this in Canada? Do we see this in Mexico? Do we see this in Europe, that more students are opting for taking a break or delaying college, and as you say, getting practical experience first?
Phil, the Europeans are hiding it because they're keeping their kids in college until the age of 27 to 30. And they come out much older and much more mature. In China, we see that youth unemployment now is running 16 to 20%. And they're also having trouble integrating kids into the workplace because they need experience and practical experience, and they're just not getting it in the top universities.
Do you think part of the problem is that I won't say who, but some people take 4 or 5 or 6 years to graduate, but in this day and age where we all want immediate satisfaction, right? I want to finish college in 6 weeks, that people expect immediate return when in fact your return might not come for 20 years.
Or more. I would say personally that my returns didn't start coming in until maybe 10, 20 years ago, maybe 20 years out of college. And so people have to be patient for where the returns are coming. But the purpose of college, again, is not to get a job, it's to learn how to think, to demonstrate to people that you can synthesize ideas and create new ones. That's the key thing, tool that you got to pick up.
And I know we're running out of time, but I also throw in there are different ways for now students to learn, right? Through YouTube, through LinkedIn, through different apps, and through different social groups that they have. So from that sense, I will empathize and say that everybody has their own way of learning. But I think our common theme is we want these students to grow, to be mature, and constructive adults. Anyways, William, good to see you. Have a good weekend.
Thanks for having me.